It is a church. Looks exactly like a church. Looks exactly 100% like a church. That's what I think of all the time when I'm here. I'm just separating the lives so that it's easier for people to jump back and forth and for me to eventually see all this later. I don't like the mega, like 4+ hour long ones. It's just too much. Oh, look at that. I got some updates on my CPRA request. So, interesting. Let's see who we got here. Take a look at all those later. I'm going to use this time to look at some of these motions. Because there's a lot of crap here.
Why are you not here in the morning though?
I had court.
For the.
Yeah, I'll explain to both of you. I don't know if he's recording, but I figured. So I had court today. I have 1-count criminal misdemeanor of alleged vandalism. I forget the PC. It's like 549, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, long story short, it's the fact that the Church of Scientology left abandoned property on the public easement. They did not have the necessary Type R permit. We have a statute from the Board of Public Works that specifically states even if you're alleging to do lawn care of the easement, which is owned by the city, you must have a Type R permit. They did not, and I had interactions with 4 different officers who all showed up and said, I didn't violate the law, and they didn't have any permits. So it's a political case. Wayne was actually there during my arraignment.
Nice.
Heidi was personally there at my arraignment, physically in the flesh. Who has a fucking city attorney during the arraignment for a simple 1-count misdemeanor of vandalism? Of the tens of thousands that I know you brought up all the time, this is what your city attorney is doing. She thinks it's important of all the child predator cases out there, of all the fucking gang cases. She says, you know what? I'm gonna tackle this case where $20 Home Depot netting and wooden stakes were involved. That's what Heidi spent her fucking day doing.
How did Spindler know you were there? He knows everything.
Wayne knows everything, man. You think he doesn't watch this shit? Wayne is everywhere. He is everywhere. I got you.
Oh, thank you.
And I signed you up.
Oh, thank you. I don't have them, but it's okay. I'll take them.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's good. So your case got dismissed. You heard him?
It's there's a final hearing on either it's getting dropped or we're gonna go to trial and it's gonna be a freaking washout. Just all in my favor because video evidence is so just damn clear, and they literally can't even provide any evidence to show of alleged damages, right? Because for vandalism, none, literally none. Literally, one of the cult members showed up. She was trying to play a victim where she showed up. She's tried to stall the hearing, and she said to the prosecutor, I am a victim of this case. You need to stop the hearing. I need to talk to the prosecutor. And the prosecutor was like, there's a fucking victim here?
I got to talk to the prosecutor right after her, and then she saw me.
Yes. Literally, the prosecutor was like, who the fuck are you?
I know.
It's like, I've never seen you in my life before.
I feel.
Yeah.
After talking to her,
That's going to get dropped just already for what it sounds.
Yeah. It's totally a political case.
And then you sue back
Absolutely, for damages.
for pain and suffering.
Yep.
And the other thing is emotional distress.
Yes, absolutely. And this one is so clear cut in that because, number one, I was never even given an option for my arraignment to plead remotely, whereas others who live here for other criminal cases I had barely 2 weeks notice from the time that the charges. Yeah.
You know what you need a CPRA?
That's LA attorney's free.
Since
Yep.
Since what's her name has been the city attorney, how many times has she personally handled an arraignment that had 2 weeks notice?
Oh yeah, I know. Yep,
I would
that.
see Pierre, how many times has she actually
Yep.
handled and not had where she didn't have a prosecutor assigned at first? Or-
No.
So how many times has that happened since is this the first case that's happened?
Yeah, and still to this day, she does not have any prosecuting deputy assigned. It's literally a giant revolving
Nobody
door.
wants to be complicit in
Nobody,
crimes. It's
nobody
like,
wants to
no one
volunteer
wants
the names. I'll prosecute this.
Maybe that's why Fable set up for the other day. Trying to get himself busy and not take on that case and sit there.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah, because they don't want the publicity. Because you know what? They keep bombarding with emails. We need to take it. They all the agencies, and so they're under so much pressure from Scientology. Like so, they're like doing stuff to But then we push back. Right, so so it's like they're stuck in the middle, so they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like the whole city.
and that's why the DA, for all the charges that have been levied against the protests, DA says, "Fuck that." He won't prosecute, and he won't entertain anybody else trying to prosecute from the protester side. He just says, "Fuck all
the
that."
case you have to pull up is a case with the UCLA protest, with the Palestine-Hamas thing, because the judge there gave specific explanation to how he protected the First Amendment for these particular people when they claimed that this person from this group did this and that, and the police had to remove the stuff, which was wrong. So I looked at it at the library, I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
That's the
interesting.
case in this
Okay.
Or even the case alone in the hall, how we're spoken out in the court.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I need this left results so I can go do take my
crazy,
certification.
man.
He's totally I can help out.
Spiller pulls that shit up easily on
Am I
his
supposed to do
computer.
that?
No, because right now you need some clarification.
I'm not confused. It's special. Special means there's no non-agenda stuff left.
Yeah.
You're only going to speak on consent items.
Yeah.
That's it.
But this is a special meeting?
Yeah, this is a special meeting.
They've been sneaky though. They've been putting a lot of special meetings lately. That's annoying.
You need asks, man. You're not gonna get 26 minutes, fool. Because stop packing a nut over.
So I need to figure out how many you get, 3 or 2?
Because Spindler told me Wednesday is a special meeting. You get to speak on everything.
Right, but-
During the
well-
special, but we have 26
Hey,
items.
you're gonna get everything. Everything is this. That's what
We
I
don't
can
get
tell you.
public. What's open?
Everything. Spindler said special meeting. Everything. Special everything.
According to the Jewish calendar, we've been fighting the war in Palestine now for 2 years using American dollars, American bombs, and American soldiers now to kill children, Bob. Free Palestine, Bob. Bob.
And look, if you take a look at this, all these items have no community impact statement. There's literally reports that they're discussing FEMA, and there's no CIS reports.
That means that because the neighborhood, no one tells, most neighborhood councils, unless you've really been in a council, they don't know how important that community
Yeah,
voice
yeah,
is. They
and that's
just
what I'm
don't
going to speak
know.
on today.
But they do not.
They don't communicate, and they don't. Yeah.
They don't let them know how much. So I think that it's more like public comedy, like, oh, it doesn't matter what we say, they're going to do what they want to do. I think there's that. But the neighborhood councils need to be empowered.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll see them every now and then. They will get involved, but not. They may do, I don't know, 1 or 2 a month sometimes, but you don't even really hardly see it here.
And frankly, if city council can meet 3 times a week, I don't see why the fuck budget and finance committee can't at least meet once a week.
Yeah, I agree. This is the big grant value.
These are, yeah.
Big shot. I can't think of the
Are you, I was saying earlier, I was going to go file a cure and correct for yesterday of him getting unlawfully kicked out. The technicality, you know what they actually need to do? They need to rehold that entire meeting and reopen that item for public comment to include him.
Special meeting,
Yep,
yeah.
they have to. That is a technicality. They have to.
Yeah, you can, or get that whole agenda item removed.
Or get it removed. Yep,
And
they have
And
to.
then have to put it on a next meeting.
So my understanding is, at the very least, the mayor's office to file a cure and correct. I was
City council. I mean,
city clerk. And I was also just gonna, for the shits and giggles, I was gonna go over to the city attorney's office, and I was gonna say, you're gonna take this. I don't just stamp it, say you received it, and
They
we're
have to
gonna.
deliver. I think it has to be delivered once you fill it out. I think it gets delivered to the city clerk. They're the ones that accept service.
They're the ones that accept service. Well, I'll let them figure it out. I'll do it to all of
But
them.
yeah, I don't think I have to do it. I don't think I have to do it. I don't know. 'Cause I have to do it too. I have to put my claim against the city in. I want to do my but I'm not asking for money for that one. I'm going to ask for they violated my rights. They wouldn't let me take it, even though the permits are very clear and I proved that
Yeah.
the permit is.
Yep.
So I want to sue the city for that, but not for monetary. You know, if it was like a personal injury, it'd be different. But for that, no, I don't want the money. I just want them. I want Scientology off of all CPAPs.
Yeah, it would be
Because
for.
they're corrupting influence.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be for monetary damage. It would be
I mean, I
for
could, I could,
Yeah, you could.
right?
Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely,
not looking
absolutely.
For it. I want them to stop having the seat at the table that corrupt institutions to violate our rights. And that's what I'm going to ask for. If I don't get it, they turn me whatever. So here you go, Jen. I gave you a heads up. See all this stuff coming in from Moxman. I was happy. I've had it with it. They do not belong to CPAC after what I'm seeing. I'm getting death threats because I interrupted her. Make sure they call them. Don't be playing. Yeah, don't be playing now. Yeah, no. Chat's watching. Chat is watching. They're keeping their eye on you. I know. Well, you're looking. Gotcha. I know. That's pretty scary. Stop being so intimidating. I'm so intimidated now.
I put my name on a different name because I didn't want. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
So far, they're not quite there with me, I guess, but with you, I think you're.
Yeah, they're already, dude. Dude, guaranteed in all their offices they have my name like gold stamped. They're like, be on watch. Wild, man.
Yeah, you got it. You had to go undercover.
Victor, nice to see you. Catching up with my
Yes, I can. But you don't have a lot
Would
of
it be just a simple curing correct to file? Just that.
That's all you do.
That's okay. That's what I
You can
thought.
get a blank piece of paper, write
And-
cure and correct, and
yeah.
you put the explanation real simple and
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that's exactly what it was called. Curing correct. Okay. Got it.
CURE correct.
Okay.
I
Cool.
will send you all the Scientology. Or maybe I will sign you up as
Pumpkinhead.
audit.
Was that?
Why haven't you seen Pumpkinhead in a while?
Audit.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I found that bar complaint, he's disappeared.
Yeah.
Audit something.
He's probably trying to figure out a way to write a letter of, did I fuck up to you guys? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So my understanding is, just like with doctors, when they get complaints to their board, they have a hearing with the board. It's usually like a month after a complaint comes in, and regardless of what the complaint is, they have to have the hearing on the complaint, and they have to sit down in front of the board. So there's guaranteed a record of that meeting, regardless if it was public or not. Because usually my understanding is that, I know for general contractors and even people that are home inspectors, those meetings are public. They are televised. They are public.
But the California bar, it's not really open to you, but it goes in his file. And
Yeah.
it sits there
Absolutely.
For other attorneys to see.
Yep. Absolutely.
And if any type of criminal activity pops up in the city, They might see this as a red flag and pull that up along with the others and start saying, hey, what's going on here?
Yep.
That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
People here, they're not
It's not every other day.
Oh, are they starting? They're starting.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the meeting of the Budget Finance and Innovation Committee. Let's officially get going. Please call roll. Councilmember Littlefield, present. Councilmember Rodriguez. Councilmember Foster. Councilmember Yarkowski. Here. Councilmember Park. Absent, 3 members and a quorum, Mr. Chair. Great. Colleagues, and the public domain extension is to hold items 1, 5, 9, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 26 for discussion, and to approve items 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22, 23, 24, 25, and consent. Of course, if any member you wish to pull those off, that's fine. But before we approve
I hate it.
that stuff, there's also,
Yeah.
we'll approve anything until we have public comment.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
I agree.
a technical amendment on item 7, the CAO should read to the record. What?
Yes, sir, thank you. Item number 7, our amendment on that item is to amend recommendation 1 to add the following, to say the following. Authorize the executive director of the Bureau of Recycling or designee to accept this master grant and execute any necessary agreements in an amount not to exceed $250,000 from NASA for a 2-year period effective May 18, 2023. And this is the language that we are recommending adding. Contingent upon each contractor submitting all required contractor compliance documents prior to execution of the contract, updating standard provisions, the most recent version revised to June of 2024, and confirmation that the city attorney's office has completed a review of the contract.
Okay, thank you. And I guess next we will go to public comment.
Council, should I read the changes to the council settlement recommendations now, or would you like that to be after public comment?
Sure, let's read it before public comment.
Okay. For item 11, the city attorney is asking to change the recommendation for statement as follows, and ask the city council adopt the following recommendations. 1, that the city council find in open session that based on facts presented by the city attorney and recommendations by the city administrative officer and the city legislative analyst, the settlement is in the best interest of the city. B, based on information provided by the city administrative officer, there are no other sources of available money to pay the settlement amount on a timely basis pursuant to the terms of the settlement. C, the city intends to make an interfund borrowing, interfund loan, or advance from the reserve fund to pay the settlement on an interim basis, which loan or advance will be refunded or reimbursed with the proceeds of a judgment obligation and issuance. And D, the city will obtain a stipulated judgment pursuant to the terms of the settlement. Item 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $175,000 as a loan or advance from the reserve fund to the unappropriated balance and appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009796, recreation and parks liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of the judgment obligation bond issuance. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw a demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 00976, recreation and parks liability payouts as follows. The Wallace Firm, AKC, Jacob E. Myers Attorneys, LLP, Elizabeth Dan Armstrong, in the amount of $175,000. 4, authorize the controller or the city administrative officer or their designees to execute any documents and take any actions necessary to document the terms and conditions of such interfund loan, advance, or reimbursement. 5, authorize the city attorney or designee to make necessary technical adjustments subject to approval of the city administrative officer and authorize the controller to issue instructions.
I'd rather be in there.
For item 13, CF 241234, we make the same recommendations. For items 1, 4, and 5. For item 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $250,000 as a loan or advance from the reserve fund, the unappropriated balance, and appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59. 7 and 5. Public Works Street Service liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of the judgment obligation bond issuance. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw the demand liability claims fund 100/59, account 00975, Public Works Street Service liability payouts as follows. Carpenter, Zuckerman, and Maria Cineros Romero in the amount of $250,000. For item 14, the city attorney would ask the same recommendation be made for numbers 1, 4, and 5. For number 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $137,500 as a loan or advance to the reserve fund, the unappropriated balance, and appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts, to be repaid with the proceeds of a judgment obligation bond issuance. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. Law Office of Robert Phillips and Robert Fisher in the amount of $137,500. Item 15, we again repeat recommendations 1, 4, and 5. For recommendation 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $150,000 to the loan or advance from reserve fund, the unappropriated balance, and appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of the judgment obligation bond issuance. Authorize the city attorney to draw demand from the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. Downtown LA Law Group, LLP, and Laura Gellis in the amount of $150,000. For item 16, we repeat recommendations 1, 4, and 5. For recommendation 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $395,000 as a loan or advance from reserve fund, the unappropriated balance, and appropriated therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795. Public Works Street Services liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of a judgment obligation bond issuance. Authorize the city attorney to draw demand from item 3, authorize the city attorney to draw demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. Downtown LA Law Group, LLP, and Yolanda Ricks in the amount of $395,000. For item 2, CF 241238, we repeat items 1, 4, and 5. For recommendation 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $425,000 to the loan or advance from the reserve fund, the unappropriated balance from appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of the judgment obligation bond issuance. Authorize the city attorney to draw demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795. Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. The Kaufman Firm, California, and Lily Redmond in the amount of $425,000. Item 23, we repeat recommendations 1, 4, and 5. Recommendation 2, authorize the controller's office to transfer $175,000 as a loan or advance from the reserve fund to the unappropriated balance and appropriate from the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of the judgment obligation bond issuance. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw the demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. Tishby Law Firm, ATC, and Kim Williams in the amount of $175,000. Item 24, we repeat recommendations 1, 4, and 5. Recommendation 3, authorize the city attorney to draw demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009792 for these liability payouts as follows. $270,000 to Bernard Merzel, ALC, and Michael Levitsky. $270,000 to Bernard Mitchell, ALC, and Chris Gosel. And for item 26, we repeat recommendations 1, 4, and 5. Recommendation 2, authorize the city controller's office to transfer $200,000 to the loan or advance from reserve fund and appropriate balance and appropriate therefrom to the liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795. Public Works Street liability payments to be repaid with the proceeds of a judgment obligation bond issuance. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw demand from liability claims fund 100/59, account 009795, Public Works Street Services liability payouts as follows. Supply offices of Clifford R. Weber and Don Eliasha, MD, in the amount of $200,000. Thank you. That ends our changes to the recommendations.
I know, right? 450K,
Is
just
that it?
like it's funny money.
All right. I'm sure everybody caught every word of that. But it's important that we do it procedurally so that we make sure that we do move forward with judgment obligations on all that to the record. Before we have items here, I know a lot of departments are here. I want to ask colleagues which departments they think they want to bring up so that we can allow all the other departments to go back about their business. We certainly want to have the city attorney. Colleagues, any other departments that folks want to bring up during the MSR, please speak up now so that the rest of the departments can go back to their office. Councilwoman Rodriguez.
Street service.
Street services, okay. Councilmember City clerk, okay. Councilwoman Yaroslav.
Sanitation.
Sanitation, okay. And any departments you want to, okay.
Oh, general.
General, okay. And general services. So we have street services, city clerk, sanitation, and DSG. So GS, yes. And CAO, of course, is going to be here. Yes, CAO is stuck no matter what. Any other department that is here, you're welcome to stay and listen, but you're also free to go and have your business back to your office and do what you need to do. So thank you all for being here.
That's the power of this one. They all,
Yeah, they can just fucking, they can just,
Also,
they all have to come to
don't
this.
leave.
They all have
We
to
do
come
have
to this, and then
fire up as well. So
they can just
street
fucking kick out the
services,
entire fucking
city clerk,
department.
sanitation,
They
general
all have to come
services,
here to
and
answer.
fire department. If you are not one of those departments in the CAO, as far as the FSR is concerned, you don't have to be here. Okay.
No,
That being said, let's move on.
Dog
to
guy
comment.
got called the N-word when he was speaking at a city council meeting, I believe it. And that's why he uses the profanity. He was called it.
Audit LA, David, Herman, Joseph Dion, Lou Puppet, Donald Harlan, Mike, Hunt, Anita. Okay.
She can go first.
If you're here,
Yeah, she can go first.
come up the line over here. I'm not gonna.
She probably needs the microphone. Yeah.
I'm telling them to do the job.
Yeah, I know. Come on. She should know this.
Do you know what agenda are all of those people are here for? Do you know what FS what's the report basically regarding the budget? Oh, from each department. Oh, FS. If you're gonna speak on number one, come over now. FS. Thank you. Go ahead, I.
Okay, we'll start with woman in front.
So you're the last one,
Yeah. I want to talk about all these lawsuits.
Which items would you like to speak on?
I'm going to hold like last 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 pages of all the lawsuits.
Okay, you have 2 minutes for the item. Go ahead.
Okay, and it doesn't
say
cover-
shrimp, chicken, it's food, temperature.
I thought it's 3 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
Special. Yeah.
You said that you only got a 1 minute. And I said you got more than that.
No, it's if
I almost looked up my chair, and I think it's stuck.
It's better than 1.
it's also up to their discretion. So at the upstairs, we had 3 minutes, and it was also a special meeting.
Right, exactly. That's why I said 3. But
Yeah.
he doesn't believe me.
We all had 3 minutes upstairs.
He doesn't believe me. And
Yeah.
he doesn't believe me also.
It was weird. Upstairs, we had 3. It was a special meeting too for the ethics commission. I don't know. They gave me 3. Took 3.
I will remind him and he said I need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, before he arrested me when he signed apology power. Before he arrested me. In fear of my safety, I surrender. But I don't want to. I don't want to.
Instead of getting the permit for street service, he gave the permit for, a covered way, which is not needed, pretty much pristine. And I'm in the chair, I know what this, very familiar. Like, I wish I could have bring over, roll in the chair, we all come around and discuss the city when it's like the ADA committee. But, so council has to complete in their.
No, officer has.
Somebody's gonna get hurt, and, oh, somebody's gonna, you have something, I have something, somebody is hurt, you, I don't get
I don't know why you are so loud. The last time I was
jogging, it's hurt, right, and I've got, shots. And I'm gonna go down.
Thank you. Person, public comment?
Yes, I'm just here to offer public comment on all agenda items.
Okay, 2 minutes.
So first off, I want to start off by saying, even if you just take a look at motion number 1, there is no community impact statement submitted, and these are matters that pertain to FSR for the entire fiscal year. I find it difficult to sit here and believe that somehow we can all allow you to vote in confidence without the direct voice of the people pertaining to each neighborhood council, of which there are 99 for the entire fiscal year of the city. That is very strange. Motion number 2, if we move on down to the fire commissioner reports, there is a discussion of FEMA, and yet again, there is no such report for community impact statements. And I question whether anybody here has actually solicited actively feedback from any of the 99 neighborhood councils that particularly are the voice, the stakeholders to which this, as well as the dozens of other motions, are impacting their lives directly. Motion number 3, yet another FEMA-related report, yet no community impact statement submitted. If we take a look at motion number 5, we're talking now about the LAHD and the city admin. Yet again, there is no community impact statement submitted. When will any of you actively solicit feedback from any of the 99 neighborhood councils for which you do have your constituents residing in, whether you're CD 11, 13, 4, or whatever? Moving on to motion number 6, yet again we have a building and safety report, yet there is no community impact statement submitted. How is it that you're voting on a motion, again, well, with a special meeting nonetheless, where you can't even allow the neighborhood councils to give feedback, let alone whether they're actually actively aware of it? And why are you not broadcasting this meeting live? We were in the same chambers that city council is occurring. This should be live and recorded. Why? Public comment should be taken electronically as well.
Good morning, President Lucarino. I'd like to know everything. Speak with number 1. Nice to meet you, President Lucarino. About the full fiscal report, that is my main concern. Because according to the city controller's office, after 3 months into the new fiscal year, you spend all of your liability funds. That's the definition of your competency. That's the great example of your performance as being a finance chair. So I really don't know. What you did. Are you intentionally putting us in a financial deficit? Or you're intentionally to screw everybody, all the city workers and all the Los Angelinos? I have no idea. We have 9 more months to go. Where do you get your money from? Will we have another 9 months of millions every single week of those liability payouts? And then at the same time, you continue to send money to Palestine. At the same time, the city of Los Angeles, all of the Israelis, we cannot breathe. Next one item, I would like to talk about all the closed session items, which is 3 and 4. I don't even know how many Israelis I know that they treat and fall in the city of Los Angeles. Why that we continue to have those treatment for conditions? Why we continue to have those millions of dollars of payout? Why can't we just save those money to provide some useful service to the city? Instead of all of Los Angelinos fall down on the street on a weekly basis. You know this 5 years ago, you know this right now, you know this 5 years after this, but what can you do to eliminate those millions of dollars of payout? I really don't know that why, as Israelis, we cannot have a chance to survive in Los Angeles. I wish every single Israeli, they can go to the street, they don't have to worry about fall down the the street and dying on the street. We need to breathe.
Thank you. Mr. Herman, which of the names did you sign up on?
Yes, all items and non-agenda public comment.
Okay, 2 minutes, go ahead.
So this deficit, Bob, where does the money come from? How do you hire, Bob, when you're dipping into what funds to cover costs and expenditures, Bob? Where does the money come from? Is it on this invisible money tree like they have in Scientology that they can put whatever barriers up and cause all these trip and falls, all these slip and falls, and as you record it from 11 to 26, Bob, we have all these liabilities of reserve funds and bonds paying, Bob, we are paying for 10 slip and falls with these payouts. Where does it come from, Bob? The public wants to know. Matter of fact, I think Palestine wants to know, Bob, why you continue to feed these criminals killing other people. This is not a God war, Bob, where the Jews kill whoever they want. This is my America, Bob. This is my California, Bob. And I want you to hire more people to fix the problems that you, Bob, a Juju married to a black woman, caused this world to suffer. Kamala Harris has done it. She said, no, it's going to be about food, clothes, and rent. Well, Bob, I couldn't pay shit with the hiring that you're going to pay me to sweep for $45 an hour when I should be getting half of what you make, Bob. Along with my 401k, my retirement, my benefits, and my medical pension. So for the record, Bob, Monica Cow fucked up yesterday. She illegally kicked me out of a public meeting. You're correct, dumb cunt.
Lovely. Next speaker.
Hi, speaking on item number 5, for the comment.
Please, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Christopher Roche from the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, and we're here on the apartment program as currently structured seems to adopt the false narrative from the tenants activists that all rental housing providers are all evil and purposefully trying to circumvent new policies that the city has never before placed upon the non-RSO owners. While AGRA supports compliance with the new regulations, it should be done through the lens of assuming owners are not yet fully aware of these new rules and provide the opportunity for compliance without suffering extreme penalties until substantial and widespread outreach and education has been conducted by the city. State Health LA has failed to provide any outreach and education to the rental housing providers on these new ordinances. As such, many of these owners are likely completely unaware that those new policies have been passed by the city or that they apply to them as non-RSO owners. There is simply not enough time for LAHD to conduct its own outreach.
Thank you very much. Are there any additional people who wish to speak today? Okay, then public comment is closed. And we will move on to the items. So we'll start with the consent item. And specifically, consent items 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
We're going to call it quits here. I'm going over to file them cure and correct. Let's go, guys. I was gonna go, if you're gonna stay here, I was gonna go file a cure and correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead later. I'll have to catch up, but I want to see
Okay.
Items 1, 4, and 5 will be the same as for the earlier matters that I
Would you
read.
able to just get
Recommendation
the
2,
claims
authorize
for
the
the
controller's office to transfer
$2
$100,000 as well as the unlikely claims fund 100/59 account 009795. Public Works Food Service liability payouts to be repaid with the proceeds of judgment obligation bond. 3, authorize the city attorney to draw from management liability claims fund 100/59 account 009795.
Alright, I'm gonna mix this here and I'm gonna go and file a cure and correct. I'll start another stream. Alright, see you guys in the next stream.